Trying to attract new clients on social media is a broken strategy. It's not as effective as it used to be, and it's a really slow way to grow these days. Social media platforms, they want you to spend money with them on their paid ads. So their algorithms are not there to get your free content in front of new people. They're not there to help you stand out and grow your business. They want you to spend money with them. Welcome to Imperfect Action. I'm Steph Taylor. For years, I read all the books, downloaded all the freebies, and did all the courses. But it wasn't until I started taking imperfect action that my business had its first $1 million year. Imperfect action is about doing things before you're ready, prioritizing consistent action over perfect action, and moving forward, even when you're not sure you're doing it right. On this show, you can expect mindset advice, actionable marketing tips, and strategies to build a business that brings you more profit, more freedom, and even more joy. Are you on the list to get my daily Biz Boosters? Every day, I'll send you a bite-sized prompt designed to help you grow your business in a more intentional way. Sign up at stephtaylor.co/DBB or at the link in the show notes. Hey, welcome back to Imperfect Action. This is episode 703. Today's episode is for those of you who are struggling to attract your ideal clients online. I know the online world can feel really noisy at times. So today's episode, I'm sharing a couple of tweaks that you can make to help your business stand out online so you can reach more of the right people for your offers and grow your business a little bit faster. Okay, tweak number 1. Get crystal clear on your messaging, your content strategy, and your ideal client. It's so easy to assume that you know exactly who your ideal client is, especially if you've been doing this business thing for a while. But if I asked you to tell me right now, who is your ideal client, you might struggle. Most of my students do. They tell me, well, she's 35 to 45, she's a mum, she's overwhelmed, and she lives in Sydney. That's a target audience. That's not an ideal client. Right? When we're defining our ideal client, we want to think of one person so that we can really put ourselves in their shoes so that when we are showing up online, when we're creating content, when we're communicating anything, we are talking to this one ideal client and resonating with this one person. This is step 1 of your content strategy, and your content strategy forms the foundation of your entire online presence. Without a content strategy, you are following a spray and pray approach, and you run the risk of wasting time by putting content out there that's not going to attract the right people. So one of the easiest ways to stand out online is to get crystal clear on your ideal client, your strategy, and your messaging, because if you can get the right message in front of the right people at the right time, that's when they're going to stop scrolling and pay attention. Now, back in episode 662, I shared 7 questions to get crystal clear on your messaging and stand out online. If you want a direct link to that episode, send me a DM on Instagram. Send me the number 662 at stephtaylor.co on Instagram, and I will send you the direct link to listen to that episode. Tweak number 2, identify where your ideal client is hanging out online outside of social media. Trying to attract new clients on social media is a broken strategy. It's not as effective as it used to be, and it's a really slow way to grow these days. Social media platforms, they want you to spend money with them on their paid ads. So their algorithms are not there to get your free content in front of new people. They're not there to help you stand out and grow your business. They want you to spend money with them. And this means that you can't lean back and hope that the algorithm shows your content to the right people. Instead, you need to build some kind of visibility plan with the things that are going to get your brand and your content in front of the right people. And that's going to get those people to stick around and nurture them into buying from you one day. And unless you have the budget to put towards paid advertising, you're going to need to look at where else your ideal client is hanging out online so that you can get in front of them. But most people don't. They just stick with social media because it's easier to keep posting to social and blaming the algorithm for not getting you in front of the right people than it is to intentionally take the action that is going to get you in front of your ideal client elsewhere online. Number 3, identify where your ideal client is hanging out offline. Now, I started my business as a way to never ever have to talk to anybody in person ever again. And I very quickly realized how lonely running a business could be. And I started to force myself to go to events. And it was going to these events that helped me to find lots of new clients, and it helped me to make business friends. Now I will travel halfway around the world to speak at events if I know that my ideal clients will be in the audience. And at this stage of my business and in my life, I really enjoy it, but I know it's not feasible for everybody. So instead, what local events are there that you can go to? What locations are your ideal clients hanging out at? For example, co-working spaces. That might be a great place to find other business owners. Can you potentially speak at events? Could you run an in-person workshop? Could you attend networking events or meetups? Where can you get in front of your ideal clients offline? Then tweak number 4, build a visibility plan and actually follow through on it. Once you know where your ideal client is hanging out offline and online, you can create a bit of a plan to get in front of them. You can decide which events you're going to apply to speak at. You can decide which podcasts you're going to pitch for an interview. You can decide who you're going to reach out to for a collaboration. And rather than making audience growth something you only do in a panic when your sales are slow and you have no leads, we then would break that visibility plan into something you can do consistently each week or each month so that you've always got this flow of new people coming into your business. It's not just something you do when you're not making enough sales. And then tweak number 5, ensure that the content you are sharing online is remarkable. There is way more content than we could ever possibly consume in our lifetimes, and AI and ChatGPT have only made this worse. So it's no longer about creating content and posting for the sake of posting, showing up for the sake of showing up, but instead it's about sharing content that is remarkable and that AI couldn't generate. And part of this means you need to stop looking towards other people for what to post and what to do, rather than being true to yourself and being creative and sharing your own unique insights. Because how can you expect to stand out when you are doing exactly what other people are doing online? If everyone else in the crowd is wearing black, you're not going to stand out by also wearing black. So that's kind of what the online world feels like at the moment. So when everybody else is doing one thing, you need to think about, how can I be creative? What can I do that's different to everybody else out there? So there you have it. 5 little tweaks to help you attract more of your ideal clients. Get crystal clear on your messaging, your content strategy, and your ideal client. Identify where your ideal client is hanging out online, outside of social media, and offline. Build that visibility plan, and then ensure the content you are sharing online is remarkable. That is it for today's episode. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss every new episode released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks so much for listening. Catch you next time.